All over the place. How are you guys doing? We're about to get started here with our crypto show. Today is particularly exciting one. I think we are just about to start our next bull market that I've been telling you about for the last couple of months, and we are seeing some strong indication that this is the case. So we are live right now. Boom. What is going on, guys? How are you doing? This is Tuesday and we are seeing the crypto markets are back in the game. Everything is booming. We're seeing green. The bull market is back, guys, and we are seeing strong indication that this is the case. This is the beginning of the bull market, and we'll discuss that today in today's In Crypto show. We are talking about the latest and greatest news about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, as we are doing every single week, several times a week. When something significant happens, almost every day something is going on in the crypto space. That's why it is so exciting. And today at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to do a whole 2-hour live coaching. We're going to show you exactly how you can trade and invest into cryptocurrencies profitably, and how to take advantage of this market space to grow your wealth with Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. So today, as you can see, we are back on track. Everything is green. Bitcoin is crushed. It crushed the $6,800 resistance level. It's now trading at $7,000. It marked that $7,000. And we're also seeing something awesome as well with the other cryptocurrencies, which all of them are pretty much in green. Ethereum is 3.63%, slightly going back up. Ripple 5.79%, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar Lumens, IOTA 21%, Tron 10%, Dash 26%. That is awesome. So that is one of the indicators that the holders are getting back in the game. They are buying, and they are restoring their faith into not just Bitcoin but cryptocurrencies as well, which means we are getting back on track with the bull market. And the strongest indication of all is not just like we are forming higher highs and higher lows, which we are transitioning into again a bull market. But here's what is the most exciting: is the negative bets on Bitcoin future are hitting the record low. So the market sentiment is changing right now. The Bitcoin futures are essentially those contracts that people and institutions they've been buying ever since December last year, that they've been introduced into the market, when they can short Bitcoin. They can basically bet that Bitcoin is going to go down, right, in price. And they've been right for a lot of the cases, guys. This year, as you know, Bitcoin has been on a prolonged bear market about 8 months now, since the beginning of this year, when it was traded about $16,000-$17,000 to hitting its low on August 10th at about $6,000 or so. So those futures contracts, you know, they are indicating, are the players, are the massive players, the institution, the investors, the teams, they are on it all the time. They're analyzing what's going on in the markets. Are they betting against Bitcoin, or are they betting for Bitcoin? So that is on the line. So when we're seeing this transition with the futures contracts, minus 1,266 contracts, hallelujah, this week have been less on basically betting against Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going down. That is a strong indicator that the majority of money, the smart money, the big money, they're not betting against Bitcoin. They're betting for Bitcoin. They're longing on Bitcoin. They want the Bitcoin price to go up, okay? So that's essentially what it means. It hits its record low low price. And wait a second, guys, we are going to share it also. What's up, Frakrim, Burisha, what's going on? I want to share it in our group as well. How is your week doing? It's really exciting times for the whole crypto markets. Make sure to smash those likes and stay up to date with everything that's going on. So that is one of a hack of a big encouraging sign for all of us guys in the crypto space. And when you combine that indication of the future contracts that are declining every single week with what's going on in November with the launch of the BACT platform, B-A-K-K-T, from the owner of New York Stock Exchange, with the combination of retail adoption and improved merchant services, will people be able to buy something small as like a coffee in Starbucks with Bitcoin that will automatically transform it into fiat. You know, the adoption is going to increase. It's going to be crazy. The solutions that they are providing for the institutional investors with the custody, that stuff is being built in the background right now. So that's the main reason I think the sentiment of the market is really changing right now. And it doesn't really matter if the ETF will be approved by the end of September or not, or will be delayed until later. Most experts agree that somewhere in the beginning of 2019 it will finally be approved. But regardless of that, this bot platform and this indication with the futures that are confirming that the smart money are understanding the bull market is about to start. Entering into September, I can see Bitcoin prices trading way higher. We can reach $10,000 as soon as September. So we're going to see where it is headed. But this is the big news that I want to share with you today, and it's definitely reassuring. The RSI is also telling us this story, this indicator of the strength index. It's getting higher and higher, higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so we are up to something, and I don't think we're going to slow down. So we'll see how the rest of the week is going. So that's one news I wanted to discuss today. Another one is the ICO research that has been done recently. That indicates that 98% of the researched ICOs that are trading below their issue price. And this is something, a study that I want to conduct myself, and it's very time intensive, as you can imagine, but it's really interesting to know what is going on in the ICO space. It is exploding from one side. We're seeing more and more cryptocurrencies, more projects are entering the space, it's getting more and more competitive. But out of the ICOs that I have checked, the majority of them, the price upon hitting the exchange were trading lower than the issuing price, because a lot of those ICOs, they started during the beginning of the bear market, and some of them, they pegged the value on the US dollar and not on the Ether. As you know, Ethereum went down since the beginning of the year by a significant amount. If you take a look at Ethereum, where ICOs are mostly collected in Ethereum, primarily, ETH to USD, let's look at that. In the beginning of the year, look at the daily candle, we were in a totally different space. That's where a lot of the ICOs started collecting their money. So this was $1,400 right here, right? $1,400 for Ethereum. Right here, the beginning of the year. So it was still about $1,000. So a lot of ICOs collected the money when Ethereum was $1,000, $900, and they were not pegging it on the price of the token for the Ethereum, how much Ethereum is for the token, but they were pegging it on the US dollar value. And as Ethereum climbed down during the last several months, reaching its lowest point here, it's somewhere about $260. This is 25% of where it was in the beginning of this year, in the mid-February, for example. So A lot of ICOs, they sold Ethereum on the markets, and they wanted to collect some cash. They were panicking. They wanted to preserve some money because 75% of the money was gone. So I think one of the big reasons of this bear market and how this study is indicating that the vast majority of ICOs, at least the 264 tokens that were researched, not every token that is being started are able to raise all the money they want, and not everybody is going to be listed on the exchanges, right? A lot of, some tokens never get to this point at all. But out of those that are getting into the exchanges, and the 264 that they have been researching, 98.8% look at what trading below their ICO prices as of August 21st. And that's quite concerning for the ICO market as a general, and part of the reason was the bear market and the 75% loss of the Ethereum value in USD, and a lot of those ICOs were not pegging the price on the on the Ethereum, but on the US dollar value itself. So it means that many of those people got a better deal, right? I should record a whole separate video on ICOs. They are pretty risky. You need to really research and get into the right project at the right time. But the chances are stacked against you in the ICO game. So it is wiser for a good project to wait until the exchange listing and then pick up the coins and see if it actually was dumped or not. Because in the first day of the exchange, the first couple days, statistically, that's what happens for a variety of reasons. And you can pick up some of those projects at its lowest times after the listing on the exchange. Some cases were really extreme, like WBTC coin that was trading, the price was 4.03 yuan, the Chinese money, and a decrease of 99.86%. That is quite significant. That is like almost everything is gone. But a lot of the ICOs fall into the 70 to 80% market. And another reason for that is people that have a lot of free tokens coming from the partnerships or whatever they had agreements with the ICO team, and they got a lot of free tokens. They can be the ones ending up dumping up the coin upon the exchange and manipulating the pricing in this way. That's kind of exactly what happened to for a new project, for example, K1, which is trading currently way below its intrinsic value and where it should be. Because I have had a lot of hopes on this project and invested a lot myself personally into it, and it is like it is a $1.50, $2 coin, and that's what it was trading on the ICO. That's at least with the lifetime value of what is embedded into the project, because it is a lifelong, pretty much residual income coming off of the power plants that goes towards crypto mining, Bitcoin mining, that you collect dividends, that you collect basically rewards at a certain period of time. So what ended up happening is some marketers that had a contract with the company to not basically touch the coins for a long period of time have breached that contract and dumped a lot of coins onto the exchange, which is of course something that the CEO was not happy about, and he even mentioned about pursuing some legal stuff about this happening, because it was not supposed to happen. It was like 1.5 million tokens or something like that flooding the market. But on the other side of this story is that people that recognize a very good project are actually able to pick up the coins at way cheaper than, so to speak, undervalued project, and can get significant gains until the token really reaches where it should belong. So I'll do a separate video just about ICOs. It's very risky game to be involved in the ICOs. Let's just put it this way. Especially during the last 8 months with this bear market. So that's another thing. Now Tron, and I'm a holder of Tron. I have a lot of Tron myself. It's a good project. It's one of the top 5, I think. Somewhere here in the 12th spot today. So they are now announcing about launching a social media platform. So just like Facebook, people can chat and interact with each other and upload videos and all of that, but they'll be rewarded in TRX, in Tron, for interacting with each other, for the social media aspect of this. So, which is a very good positive thing and a refreshment of what is out there right now, which is nothing with Facebook. We are on Facebook and we are interacting with each other and getting nothing for it. So the same with Instagram and Telegram and all of that. So imagine a platform that people will interact with each other and actually earn for doing so. So that's exactly what they are developing right now, which I'm excited to see where this thing is going. After they acquired BitTorrent, the peer-to-peer software that a lot of people are using, and they'll be using probably Tron on the BitTorrent platform. Now with Tron Chat, I think this project is going and developing into the right direction. And you can see the sentiment. Even the sister of Zuckerberg is joining the Huobi's Exchange Advisory Committee. So when you have a person of that caliber, and she's been working for Facebook for quite some time, since 2004 to 2011. She's part of the family of Zuckerberg family, so she's now part of the crypto committee in Huobi. I mean, the talent is moving in this direction, into more and more talent into the blockchain platform, which is really awesome. And this is we need more and more talent, more and more sharp people in this space. Now, Charlie Stem, I don't know if you know this guy. He was one of the first kind of evangelists for Bitcoin, and he appears in several documentaries about Bitcoin. He amassed some good fortune with it, and then was in jail for a couple of years because he was like using the black market, the Silk Road. So recently he was interviewed about his view on Bitcoin. He's definitely a bull on Bitcoin. He's saying we're just getting started with this. It will take some time, but you gotta be in the game. And he also recommends to start with choose an amount you'll be okay with losing, and create a basket of crypto portfolio, have fun with it, and lock some of your investment to allow it mature for 5 years. That's a good general advice. And he would put his money on 2019. This is where the big jump is going to happen. Regarding ETF, he says that we are not quite ready for ETFs, but it's definitely going to happen. And he thinks it will be somewhere in 2019. Okay. Now another interesting saying, I don't know if you've seen that, by Tom Lee. He is from Fundstrat Global Advisor. He's analyzing Bitcoin all the time. So what Tom is saying is that there is correlation between emerging markets in third world countries and their index of the market, their stocks of the emerging market, and Bitcoin. As the index goes down and people losing money on stocks, they have less money to invest in Bitcoin. That creates a network effect. The less wealth they have in the emerging markets, the less they have in order to buy Bitcoin with. And a lot of hedge fund companies are investing into the emerging markets as well. So he sees some correlation, and he's still holding on to his prediction that Bitcoin will significantly could end the year explosively higher than it is right now. So we are at $7,000. It's not that bad time to get in. According to Eric Verhoeves, anywhere between $5,000 and $8,000 is a good time to get in into the Bitcoin before its next big explosion, next big bull market will start. I mean, take a look at this kid. This guy is a millionaire, and he built himself a house on the tree, and he's super frugal with his spendings, but he amassed quite a fortune since the beginning stages, and he thinks it's just the beginnings. Bitcoin is the future. I totally agree with him. So you might not go onto the extremes like this to live in a street or a house or built on trees or something and sacrifice all of it to invest into Bitcoin. That's not what I recommend, but it's definitely an exciting future that awaits us in the space of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. So hence why I'm here, and I'm excited as ever to develop Bitcoin's Wealth Club to where it should really be, and assist as many people as possible to grow their wealth with cryptocurrencies in a variety of ways. And I'm excited today, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to do our live weekly coaching, and I'll share with you exactly everything you need to know about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and how to take advantage of this emerging crypto boom. Okay, don't miss it out on this one. If you've never attended any of our live coachings on Tuesdays, definitely tune in. I'll be emailing about it shortly, and looking forward to see you there and in our next episode. So hopefully, guys, you have an awesome day today, and you know, you're gaining some of the gains that we are seeing here. Like today, when you click on trending gainers and losers, you can see some good projects. 4 new is here. It was about 80% before, and it changed in 24 hours. So definitely good to see big changes like this. And it is just the beginning, guys, for all of us involved in the Bitcoin crypto space. So let's be smart with this. Create a good portfolio, a smart portfolio, and take advantage of the market conditions, and that's what we're going to discuss today at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, how to do that. So see you back then, and in the next live